Holy cow, that came up way too fast. Welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I'm your host, Tony, and on the interwebs with me, my ever so lovely co-hosts, Chris and Heather. How you guys doing out in the interweb world?
Well, I'm a hugger. My name is Heather, and I'm a hugger.
What is this, an intervention now or what? Heather, you're going to virus intervention rehab.
I'm gonna have to. I'm telling you what, this is not good for huggers.
No.
It's not good.
Or for prostitutes.
No.
Baby, it's cold outside.
What did you say?
I said, baby, it's cold outside.
Maybe it's COVID outside, but we're not going there. Got some stuff on YouTube already happening.
Holy shit.
First off, I'm glad to see you guys. I miss you guys.
Absolutely.
This is fucking crazy. But Candy's joining in. She says, hello, family. Hey, Candy, how's it going? And Kenna says, hi, guys. Hey, Kenna.
Yo.
So we have people tuning in on YouTube and Twitch tonight.
Yeah, Twitch is all good to go. We're sounding good over on Twitch.
Awesome. So yeah, we got somebody else jumping in, and Sasha says, hello, strangers, I'm here. I miss all of you weirdos. Oh yeah.
Holy shit, Sasha. Welcome back to the show, Sasha.
Yeah. I thought I ran her off.
No matter how hard you try, Chris, it's just not happening.
You weren't Catholic enough, Chris. I'm just saying. You got to be more Catholic.
You weren't Catholic hating enough.
I can summon shit and speak in tongues.
It was funny because before the show, me and Tony were talking about what the hell are we going to talk about tonight? And Adam said something about, don't you guys have like 1,000 people? We could put a challenge out for positive stuff. And I said, I don't know if we do, but you can take that challenge on. So he started sending this to everybody to join and tune in tonight. And then he sent it to his one aunt. And I was like, no, she's really religious. I don't want her to know that
Oops.
what I do. What's that?
Is she Catholic?
I don't know if she is or not, but I was his one other aunt. He's like, I sent it to my other aunt, and I said, she's cool. I'm okay with that. She knows already, because so. But yeah, so I'm glad to be here, guys. I miss you guys terribly. It's just crazy.
Well, speaking of before the show, Chris and I were talking about some things, and Chris is like, yeah, one of my bucket list items is to smoke a crowd with a fire hose.
Like a big crowd, like 700-800 people. Like I want like one of those military ones.
Before, when I worked at Walmart, I wanted a taser gun for Black Friday, but they weren't having it. So I get your vibe there with wanting a fire hose.
Well, I don't really have a reason. I just want to spray a bunch of people.
Mine was just because I didn't
have to be doing anything wrong. It could just be like people leaving a Tigers game or something, just drive by and just smoke like 1,500 people.
Oh my God. Got a couple more people joining in. Dad says, hello, you guys.
What's up, Pops?
Dad's joining. Kenna says, I miss you all. Can't wait until this is over with. Agreed.
No kidding.
Absolutely. So I know we weren't really wanting to talk a whole bunch about all of that, but I know it's going to come up for conversation because that's what we're living in right now. However, how about we get into how our week's been?
Yeah, how is your guys' week's been?
How exciting.
Oh, who's first?
Go ahead, Chris.
Not it.
Okay, well, I'm on vacation this week, and I have learned that I eat about 4,000 calories a day. Every 2 hours, and I burn about somewhere between 12 and 16.
Wow.
A day.
Wow.
Last week I got drunk on accident.
What?
Was that the challenge?
No, it was actually before that. I just actually was doing some yard work and digging out a spot for a hot tub and whatnot, and my son was with me. And he's like, man, I wish we had a beer. And Denise is like, well, actually, we have like 12. So we smashed a 12 pack, and then I went and got a 20 pack, and we smashed that shit too.
And you're not a drinker.
Not at all. I don't even know where the hell that came from. It was so unplanned. I was in bed by 9. I got fucking white girl wasted.
So you got me wasted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking couldn't even. It was like that.
Damn, brother.
Wow.
But other than that, I haven't done shit. I go back to work Monday. Out back into the COVID shit storm.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Apparently, I am not being heard very well.
Again?
Yeah, Dad's saying I can't hear you. I can't hear me either, so I don't know.
You're loud and clear on Twitch.
Lady for Heather.
Yes, we do.
Tell him to go to Twitch. Give me some love on Twitch.
Give some love on Twitch. I got everybody over here hanging out with me. On
I know,
YouTube.
right? Like nobody loves me anymore on Twitch.
Nope.
I'm getting the Cry a River high sign in the studio here.
Right over here too.
Uh-huh.
At the home studio. Welcome to
Yeah.
the COVID Cribs edition.
Yeah, right?
Bullshit.
So how
Brought to
is
you by COVID cuts.
By Mitch Gear.
So how has your
Actually-
week been, Heather?
My week has been pretty good. Can you hear? Have you fixed me yet? I don't know. Like I can't even hear me in my.
You're coming through loud and clear.
All
Literally.
right, guys. Okay. So Kenna's saying she can hear me. So okay, good. You know what? My week has been pretty good actually. I've learned to just not push that button that says COVID or Corona updates and shit. I stopped pushing it. I was like, I don't care. Your president's talking about it. Nope, I'm not buying into it. I am not listening to any of that crap, and I've just kind of been doing my own thing. So since doing that, it's been a lot better. I, on the other hand, am not eating 4,000 calories a day. But however, I am cooking and baking, so Adam is eating probably 4,000 calories a day.
Adam's eating
But-
10,000 calories a day.
Oh, 10,000 probably. But he set up a little circuit training gym for us at home, so that's kind of cool. So I've been doing that too because I don't want to walk out of this gaining weight from it. I want to be healthier, so I'm hoping that that's how that's going to work out.
Did you make those pancakes?
I did not make those yet. I will. I did bake cookies though today because I promised Keith, because he's in here every day as the FedEx dude, that I was going to give him cookies, and so I had to bake those today.
I made cookies today.
Yeah. What kind did you make?
Chocolate chip.
I made peanut butter chocolate chunk ones. So yeah, but the week's been pretty good. We'll talk about my little tour around Cairo in a little while. But let's get to Tony, and yeah, I broke the not going around and staying home thing for just one day, but I was essential, so it was okay. But so Tony, how's your week been?
Cheers to you out there in the interweb lands. I'm drinking some wine because it's been that kind of week. But no, I've made a lot of headway. Shout out to my chiropractor who always gets me back up and running because holy shit, Dr. Austin Collier in Bay City. He has his chiropractor office there, and shout out to those guys out there on the front lines that are doing all the stuff. Chris, you're included in that, brother. Thank you guys so much for holding the front lines together and putting not only yourself in harm's way, but your families and everything else, and doing the stuff that you guys do. Because without what you guys do, we couldn't do what it is we do.
Right.
So thank you literally from all of us here at Don't Make This Weird, Strange Friends Media, This Is My Brain, Mitch's Fake Radio. The list goes on. Survivor Girl.
Survivor Girl.
Yep. But no, shout out to my chiropractor because he's like, well, you are really out of whack. So he adjusted me, threw me up on the decomp table. Love that thing. It's amazing. I managed to blow up another tens unit.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I,
What that
I
means.
I fried it because like they had it cranked on the max and it shut off. It wouldn't work. So sorry, Doc, if you're listening.
Wow. So you're costing him more than what?
I think I'm kind of one of those like necessary evil patients. It's job security because I'm that fucked up, but there's
God.
got to be a break even point somewhere.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah.
That doesn't even sound good. Like, doesn't sound right.
Oh, my back is a hot mess. I'm just saying. So you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure he loves it when he sees me coming. He's like, oh, fuck, I gotta adjust this asshole today.
Yep.
But
Attitude adjustment.
yeah, no, it's been a fairly interesting week, and I'll talk a little bit more about that because there's some really cool stuff I want to get into of things that I've been doing to keep me out of my head and keeping my hands busy doing things that I do every year, but
Right.
now I've had to kind of change a little bit due to certain things not being available. But yeah,
Right.
so that's loosely been my week in a nutshell. And like I said, I'll talk more about it, but there's more stuff that I want to talk about in extent instead of taking up the whole front of the show.
I mean, thanks for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Sharing is caring.
You were taking a drink of wine, weren't you, when I said that?
That's right. See?
I know one thing I do want to mention, and we both kind of were talking about this beforehand, is it's Farmer Kirsty's birthday from
Yes.
Stone Cottage Farm.
Oh,
Want to
yeah,
wish
happy birthday.
her a big happy birthday. They're awesome over there, and I know that yeah, she's one of the people that are dear to our hearts. So we wanted to wish her a happy birthday. She messaged me and told me to stop being a jerk today because apparently I was making her cry by being a meanie. I sang her a song and dedicated it to her and just sent it to her like in private message, and she's like, "Dang it, I put makeup on actually today, and you're ruining it."
Way to go, jerk.
But she made me cry back, so we're fair now. Even Stevens.
I'm just saying hashtag illegal cheese for life because
Oh, I still have some.
I hate you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
just
try
gonna.
to avoid when people make me cry. I'll avoid them.
Don't avoid me. I don't mean to. I just am always like, I'm a mushy person.
It's just a sap.
I am. I'm like super sappy.
Well,
I am.
Correct me if
That's
I'm wrong,
fine.
but aren't the Farmer Chrissy and Farmer Dave right in the middle of Kid Mageddon
They
at Stone Cottage
are.
Farms?
They are, and it's been really cool to watch those videos. Those have been really helpful to see instead of all the negative stuff. So I've been kind of like gravitating towards that. And anybody who wants to see the videos of the new kids that have been born this year, you can go onto Stone Cottage Farms Facebook page and you can watch those videos, and it's just really cool to see them. It's kind of different because usually we have to go out there and get goat snuggles and all that and buy cheese and eggs and whatever. But if you guys can check out those videos, those are helpful at this time when we're seeing so much negative online. So
Get your goat therapy.
yeah, even though you can't snuggle them, you can get your goat therapy. So that's
This
pretty
is
cool.
true.
So a big shout out and happy birthday to her. Yeah, that's hoping she's having a good day today. I got a couple of things on YouTube. Okay, I got two things. Sasha says, Tony, you can pay me and I can tell you how whacked you are, LOL.
What?
My dad
That's a
said-
free service. You don't have to pay anybody for that. They already know I'm.
We all know this, yes. Yes. That's why you're quarantined, because you're crazy, not for any other reason.
I fucking knew it.
Ha No. And then my dad says, my week's been like a song. Hello, walls. Hello, floors. Hello. My poor dad.
All I can think
I
of.
video messaged him. We talked. I have got proof of that. I have been being good and messaging and calling him.
That Warner Brothers cartoon with the frog. And he's like, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal."
Yep.
What
Oh
was
my
that
God.
frog's name?
I don't remember. Do you?
Wasn't it?
What was the frog's name from the Warner Brothers cartoon?
I know the answer to this. I'm drawing a blank.
I know, so am I.
He has
Dude,
a full name.
right. This was like a trivia crack question that I got right.
Does anybody know it? Anybody can chime in.
Yeah, chime in the chat, guys.
We'll give
Google
you.
it.
We'll give you.
Google it. Heather will
That's
give you
awesome.
free crisp high fives if you get it right.
Ooh, yeah, I'll give you high fives.
I got virtual stuff here.
With everybody being at home, I know Chris and I talked briefly about video gaming and different stuff like that, and I know we're all trying to keep active too, other than Chris apparently. He's not
I'm not
wanting,
at all.
not about
Diabetes.
it. But so have you guys been watching like anything in particular?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any what was the thing I said earlier to add guilty pleasure like show that you really don't want to admit that you're watching right now?
I don't know about
Oh.
show, but guilty
I
pleasure.
watched fucking the Golden Girls. A lot of the Golden Girls.
That's okay. That's not like a bad thing, I don't think. Save Betty White, just saying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that meme going around on Facebook where it said if Betty White dies from the C-19 that we're nuking China, no questions asked?
I added Sam
Yeah,
Elliott
we
to
should do
that
a
list.
petition for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently the name of the frog was Michigan J. Frog.
That's
How
right.
do we not know this? We're from
I knew
Michigan.
that. That's right. Michigan J. Frog. That is right. I knew that.
And the name of the song is The Michigan Rag.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. No way.
Hello, My Baby is that song. And then there's also The Michigan Rag. So.
Nice. So Adam's just tuning in. He says, "Sounding great, guys." Hey, babe. Babe.
Bab.
Bye. So yeah, so you've been watching Golden Girls, and Tony, what were you saying?
I caught episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 8? Shit, I'm trying to remember. Episode 8 of episode 8 of season 5 of Outlander.
Oh God, you guys are way far.
It's
what?
Outlander. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, it's season 5. I fucking love this show. Seriously. And it's great because, it's got the violence, it's got the sex, it's got the drinking, it's got the everything from like Scottish history forward from basically the Battle of Culloden, which is such a cool time in history. But yeah, I fucking love Outlander. It is so badass.
It's a good like time travel romance kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a lot
Yeah.
more to it.
Yeah, there's
I watched some shit back in the 80s with Outlander and the movies or whatever.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Movies, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, there was actually one with Sean Connery called Outland that was in
Oh, okay.
the early
Something like
80s.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What was I'm trying to remember. There was
Wasn't with the
also a
blonde hair
television
guy
series.
With the long blonde hair, was it that with the swords and shit?
Yeah. What was Highlander?
Highlander. That's what
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
There
Yeah,
can
yeah,
be
yeah.
only one.
I'm mildly retarded.
Yeah,
He's
just
really
think
good, though.
Raiden
That was good.
from
That was
the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, it was fucking Raiden.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We watched. I keep on calling it the Key House, but it's Lock and Key on Netflix.
Yeah.
We're on. I think now just going on to the episode 8, and it's actually pretty good. It started out a little bit slow, but we like that. And then guilty pleasure. Usually, neither one of us watch reality TV, but
Reality TV sucks dick.
so
Have you
stupid.
guys
But
watched Ozark?
no, I heard that was really good though.
Oh my god, it's so good. Makes
What
my
is that
fucking
one?
mind- It's like this fucking Jason Bateman fucking is like a financial investor planner guy.
Nice.
And he launders money for a cartel. And they just fuck up this area in the South, man. You just gotta watch it. It's so fucking good. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't want to ruin anything, but you'll love Ruth. Ruth is the fucking best. She swears more than me.
It sounds like the
okay.
accountant, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
in.
just fall in love with her.
I'm in. All right, sounds good. Yeah, been doing that, and then we got into some video gaming. I turned on my PS3 yesterday and started playing Little Big Planet, and then today we ended up getting like Disney video game pack with Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, and a couple other things.
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
So
Ian,
gotta keep busy.
I got Fable 3 downloaded, the old Xbox 360
Yeah.
version.
That's awesome.
I kicked its ass. I beat it twice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you gotta do something. I mean, yes, there's a point where you should be getting out doing activities and
No,
well, the best you can. Like, out in
Chris
your
is like,
yard.
no, I'm not impressed.
No,
no, there's COVID out there. I am not going out there.
well, I'm not going out away from my home. I'm saying, but to get some kind of exercise.
Do you see that shit can travel 30 feet behind a sneeze and some downwind?
Really?
No.
Yeah, 30 feet.
I didn't
Facts,
see that.
not like some bullshit Babylon fucking news source. We're talking, you sneeze, blow it out, downwind, it's traceable for 30 feet. It can get on your shoes, on the floor, you carry it around, you're walking around, track it through the fucking house and shit. Oh yeah,
Gross.
big time. And I was right. It's Chinese lab shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did you see that at? Because I seen
Everywhere.
Denise had comment.
It's all over the news now. They broke it open. They're absolutely positive. They compared the strains. They get like the original COVID-19 that comes from a bat, and they
Yeah.
take this specimen and they compare them, and it's only like 94% the same as the one that comes from the bat. And then the ones that are added into them are a whole bunch of these little components that are attracted to amino acids and stuff like that. Which
Okay.
is why it's behaving so good, host to host, traveling around people so much. This is China. China.
Great. So now our gross national product is viruses as opposed to shit that keeps breaking every 2 minutes.
Yes. It's COVID and lies. That's what they produce. Their GDP is based on fucking just garbage. I hate them. Sorry.
No,
No,
I,
that's all right. No, I mean, like I said, we can still talk about stuff like this because it is
Right.
happening.
Sorry.
But no, I'm not firing you. Don't worry.
God damn it. I want unemployment. I'm claiming that.
You can't you? We're essential.
Probably.
We're still essential, I think.
yes, we're essential workers. That's just how that works. We
Again.
provide the entertainment.
You're always essential, Chris.
God damn it.
I knew. So there's good stuff that's still happening, even though there's all that negative and all this other crazy shit that's just happening. And what is something that you guys have experienced that is a positive
Well,
through this?
not to throw you under the bus, but you were part of some pretty cool stuff, and I don't want if you want to get into that. But it was pretty cool what you got to do. What was it, Sunday?
Yeah.
Saturday.
No, Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday. Can you talk about that now, or do you want to wait to get into it?
No, I can talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead and get it. It was pretty cool.
So Katie Wood Skelton, which Adam called her Skellington. Anyway, she's on the Virus Spirit 2020 page, and it's basically around like kids or centered around for kids. You know, to have like challenges and different stuff. Different people reading books and things to keep kids occupied,
Jeez.
activities and coloring contests and whatnot. But somebody invited me to it, and I ended up joining it, and I've read stories on there, or a story I'm going to be reading again tomorrow night. But somebody posted about an Easter bunny riding around and going around the town, like doing a tour in different towns. And I said, you know what? If you can get the costume, I'll do it. Like, I was just excited. I'm like, I'll do it. I was like this little kid raising my hand, pick me. So they ended up finding the mascot or the bunny head or whatever. And I did not have a costume really, but I ended up taking fuzzy blanket that I had that was white that matched it and just kind of pinned it together to make it look like a bunny costume. And then put a shirt over. That's why I had the flannel shirt because I didn't want to be shown that I had a blanket on. But kids didn't see that part of it. So we went and drove around Cairo, and that morning before we went, she had messaged me and asked me to sing Amazing Grace um, for like the hospital. Sorry, not hospital, but the Cairo Medical Center, I think it was. And I said, "Oh yeah, I can do that." She's like, "But I don't want you to take off your bunny head." And I'm like, "Yeah." So I recorded it ahead of time, and then we went. When we stopped in there, she played it, and she did a live video, and that's got like over a couple thousand views on it or whatever. And we got to drive around and see all the kids, and it was a really, really cool experience. It was really cool. I loved it. It was just, I don't know, it felt good to do something good for the community, and it was just, I was smiling the whole time underneath that thing, just like this goofy ass grin, but it was so cool to be able to do, and I would do it 1,000 times over. So it was me and Adam. Adam was in the back holding the sign for me, laying down in the bed of the truck, holding the sign up so that everybody could see it, and there was so many pictures and videos, and it was all over that page of just the bunny sightings. Bunny tracks is what she called it, and it was awesome. So I can see why people like do dress up in the costumes and do stuff like that, because I'm like, oh, I would do this again. I would totally do it again. But it was cool. And there was one video out there that was super cute. This one little kid was saying, "That's my bunny. That's my bunny." And it was awesome. It was a really cool experience. So yeah.
Oh, you're cooler than me.
What's that?
You're cooler than me.
I don't know about that. But.
You some bunny.
What's that?
You some bunny.
You some bunny. It was cool. It was really cool. So keeping that, that spirit of it. I know people were just having a rough time, and it was cool to see that it not only brought smiles to the kids' faces, but the parents were smiling too, and it was just a really cool thing. There wasn't any negative. Nobody was saying go home or swearing at me or anything or nothing like that. So that was good. Like it was cool. And then she kept on putting where we were going to be at, so we were able to put that on the page. And then people were asking, "Can you drive by here?" So we started at 1 o'clock. We met at Dollar Tree. I got in the back of the truck. Adam and I got back there. We did the social distancing thing, and then we drove around. And I think we got back to Dollar Tree around like 6:45.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Oh wow.
We did all of Cairo, like surrounding Cairo, like town, and we went to the medical care facility, the hospital, and the lighthouse, and we were outside, and it was a very cool experience. So.
Yeah, and you played or you sang a pre-recorded version of Amazing Grace, and they played it at the medical care facility.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we did that. And she did the live video and said for each one that we stopped at, she said their names, said that we stood with them, and the workers came out. They had their mask on and everything, because that facility has actually lost a number of patients because of this.
Wow.
So they've been seeing that and having to, their heart's broken from that, I'm sure, because it doesn't matter how long you work with a resident, whether you're not supposed to get attached to them or whatever, you still feel that, that's still a loss. That's a life that's lost. So for them to be able to come out and see that was, they were smiling. They felt good about that. And I felt good about being able to do that too. So
that's cool.
It's
That's
really
very
cool of you.
So I would like
a much better person than me. Still.
It wasn't. It wasn't for me though. Like I didn't even hesitate. It came together within like 12 hours, I think, maybe.
Yeah, you'd message me and you're like, "Guess what I'm gonna do?" And I'm like, "What?"
Super excited.
I'm gonna
That's
be the
superhero
Easter
stuff.
Bunny.
That's real superhero stuff. We need
Hell
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
I was honestly the day before all that was happening, I was on emotional overload from seeing all the negative and just people being just angry and just mean to one another. So I was really having a hard time because that's how my heart is. You know, we were talking about being mushy and everything. That's me. So me seeing all that stuff, and I try not to take anything to heart, but you see all this hate and just mean people just being just awful. So I was having a hard day with it, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta stay away from Facebook." And then she messaged me, and I'm like, or I seen it in the thing, can we do this? And I'm like, I'll do it. And then it really did. I say like filled that bucket of being able to help.
Yeah.
So it helped turn my anxiety in a weird way. Like you would think that would give you a lot of anxiety driving around in a bunny suit in the back of a truck that's not very safe at a not very safe time. But I was just like, I got this. And Adam was right beside me, just it was cool. He helped like button safety pin me up for my costume and get into that. And so
That
and
seems legit.
we went through Walmart by the parking lot in there and waved to people, and then we had somebody like come up to us, and she's like, I don't want you to we won't get too close or whatever, but can I take a picture with the bunny? And they had like this little baby. She's like, we want to remember this. We won't get to get a picture. So I was like, yeah, but I was already like out of the blanket costume, so it's just me with the head and holding the sign, but still, I was kind of, far away from them, and it was a cool experience. So
See, your creativity is dressing up as the Easter Bunny, making people happy, and I want to spray crowds with a water cannon.
not the same person. Not the
Different
same.
coping mechanism.
It's still a community service. I'm just throwing that out there.
Always one of them. I'll do the stuff that
Sanitation.
nobody wants- Yeah, the stuff that nobody wants to do, I'll handle it.
Right. See, there you go.
I'll
Like
make it
lighting the
tough
dumpster
to
fires.
Absolutely. And who gets put in them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not the same, same person, but yeah, it was a very cool experience, and I would definitely do it again. I told Adam, I said, isn't that weird that I would like to just have like a bunny costume or whatever on hand in case something like this ever came up again, and I'd be like, I got you guys.
You're
I
one
don't
of the only people I know where that would not be a waste of money.
No,
It really-
not at all, not at all. So yeah, it's just that's been cool, and then like I said, I'll be reading a children's story tomorrow, and not to go into too much detail, but the ones that know, Adam and I have been fighting to get his son home, and that's a whole nother story. We haven't talked about that online or publicly or anything, but so not only was it to do that for the kids and for the community, but it was also in honor of his son too. So that helped to get that courage up, I think, to go and do it. And then nobody knew it was me until after the fact. So I was dancing, like, I don't know. It was crazy. It was cool.
It's super fun. You get to talk about that forever. That's that's a thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I would like to shout out to the unknown artist again. I know we talk about him a lot. Dustin, who I consider my cousin now too. He wants to dress up and like go to, when all of this is safe to be able to do so, go to the hospitals as different characters, like Marvel characters or whatever. And I was like, I'm so down for something like that. I would love to do that. We've talked about like the cosplay stuff and going to Comic Cons, which we're planning for November, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's hard to say, but I'm definitely down to do that kind of stuff and just to bring happiness and joy.
Well, speaking of
I'll
the
be
unknown artist,
21 before we're allowed to visit hospitals again.
Probably. So I have got time to compile a whole bunch of different costumes.
I'll be Batman.
speaking
Yeah,
of
that
the
would be awesome.
speaking of the unknown artist, he's actually doing something really cool right now on his page. If you go to YouTube or Twitch or whatever it is, he is building a lightsaber that is a
Oh, cool.
two-sided where you can pull it apart and then you can dual wield a lightsaber, which is so freaking badass because like he come up with a design, and like him and his dad are building it, which is so freaking cool because his dad's
That's
like
cool.
an electronics guru guy, and he's just like, I don't know stuff. It's so it's really cool watching this the process go down because they've already popped out 2 videos of them building this thing. So if you guys get a chance after you watch our show,
Right?
go check out the Unknown Artist. Tell them we sent you from the Don't Make This Weird crew, and show them some love. Like, share, subscribe, get all of that great stuff out there, man.
Not to make you jealous, but I've got some stuff on YouTube.
Come on, guys on Twitch, give me some love.
So Candy says, "Hey, Heather was a great bunny. Thank you. We drove by you guys too. And it was like I think Adam messaged you guys.
It wasn't a great bunny. It was check out that sexy bunny.
I don't know about that. That's getting a little strange there. Roxanne's joining in. Hey, Roxanne.
Roxanne!
Another one of my favorite huggers. She says, "Hey, Chris. Oh my God, Chris. LOL." And then my dad saying, "See why I love you." Aw. Sad. Don't get them waterworks working. I put
Let
makeup
me
on.
get the Hallmark logo stamped in the bottom right of Heather's little thing. There.
Right?
Can you do that?
Thanks, Dad. Love you too. So yeah, I see where I could definitely stock up on different like costumes and stuff to be able to do stuff just to brighten the world. It would be awesome. Yeep. So I don't know. So that's that. Anything else that you guys have seen that's been kind of cool of other people doing stuff like that?
I've been gardening.
Ah,
So check this out. All right. So everybody knows that every year I do gardening in suburbia. And it's pretty cool because with all of the stuff that has been going on lately, obviously with the C-19 and everything, I've had to get pretty creative when it comes to one, getting fresh seeds, and two, growing stuff from seed. So I'm just going to throw this out there right now. Support your local greenhouses because I get my stuff from Will's Greenhouse. And, you know, Jim over there at Will's Greenhouse, normally he does a library class to show people how to grow stuff in gardens, which, you know, I think is pretty cool. But he gives away like free tomato plants or pepper plants and dirt. So I get my dirt from him because this stuff is incredible. It's called 1/3 mix, and the great part about this is it's 1/3 organic local compost, 1/3 dairy dew, which is an incredible fertilizer, and 1/3 vermiculite, where it's a real porous stone that almost looks like packing peanuts. So, and that helps aerate the soil, and I can literally grow anything into this. So, you know, for all of our listeners who are 420 friendly and you're looking to grow this shit, hit up Jim at Will's Greenhouse. This shit will make you grow some stank ass weed.
oh my God.
But
I'm
no,
very-
if-
I'm very surprised that you are talking about that.
I'm just saying, I'm endorsing the local greenhouses. You know, show them some love. Look them up in the phone book or Google or whatever you have, because obviously, you know, the social distancing thing. And yeah, no, seriously, order from them, support them. The mom and pop local businesses are the ones that are hurting the most right now because they're not open to the public. You know, it's curbside stuff, or you know, they drop the shit off and run away from your house. So yeah, support the mom and pop local businesses. They need some love too. But
Correct.
yeah, so
And
I got.
think that's cool that you're mentioning that, because I think a lot of people don't know that they're able to still hit up those greenhouses and
Yeah.
you know, the local greenhouses, and get a hold of them to get the supplies you need to grow stuff. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, I do it every year. I mean, you know, you got to support local. That's your community that's going to be strong, not only economically, but you know, from a self-sustaining, governing, if you will, not to get too political about things, but you know, self-sufficient. You know,
Right.
self-sufficiency is huge right now because obviously we're uh, quarantined and trying to do things the smart and educated way of being socially hygienical, if you will. But no, the cool part about that, so I got 4 bags of this stuff, and this dirt is amazing. If I could just roll around in it, I'd be happier than a pig in mud. But I love this dirt. Seriously,
You're
it
such
just
a weirdo.
it feels
why-
great in your fingers.
That's
And you
why
know,
you're good for this show. You're
Well-
such a freaking weirdo.
but that's
It's
what I'm
marketed
saying.
For mud wrestling.
I've got about an
Serious.
A cup. I'm just throwing that out there. So.
Oh my god. You're
But-
such a freaking weirdo.
So, anyways, I planted most of my beds outside, and as usual, Michigan weather goes. Hold my beer, bitch. Watch this.
And it's been so crazy.
It's been snowing for like the past 3 days. I'm
Yeah.
going, the fuck, Karen, because it was, what, 70 last week, I think?
Yeah.
Something like
That was
that.
the day I got drunk.
Right, exactly. See?
It's a nice day. a
The
good
nice
to
day
go.
when you're outside doing shit, getting all this crazy stuff done. I'm planting my gardens. I'm being like Susie Homemaker and making, you know, what the fuck is her name? The chick that had the show did all the crazy Susie Homemaker stuff.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart, thank you.
There you go.
I'm being all
Snoop-
fucking Martha
Snoop
Stewart. and-
Dogg's homie.
Right, Snoop Dogg's homie.
I bet you he bangs on her.
Oh, of course he does. He totally does, man. She's like the Stepford wife, and he's like, yo, yo, yo.
She's like, you want to bake some She's like, you want to bake some brownies? He's like, for shizzle.
She's
That
got the
just
squeeze
happened.
wool brownies.
Oh. Puts a
That's just-
bonnet on her and makes her do whore stuff.
Yep, that just happened. We made it weird. My friends, high fives.
Oh,
all
that's
around.
great.
Yeah.
But no, so I got most of my boxes planted outside. So now here's the thing. Anybody that knows me, that follows me on Facebook, knows I constantly do updating from gardening in suburbia. So this year I decided to get a little more creative since, well, obviously, I'm stuck inside like everybody else. So what I did is I got my seeds out and looked at what I had and what I didn't have. So I went to the store while I was getting food. I seen a bag or a seed bag of the microgreens where you can grow them in like 5 days and use them for salads or smoothies or anything like that. Some of the stuff that like Hannah was talking about, Hannah Boyd from Absolutely. And so I got some of that. I got some fresh strawberries because I made some zucchini bread. In fact, I dropped off a couple of loaves to Heather and Adam outside the door. They were in the house. We didn't have any
So
contact.
good. Just saying.
So, and then what I did is I more or less peeled the strawberry and then planted that. And I also actually had some ginger that I soaked in water for about 3 days and put that in. So now I have like a little windowsill, little garden bed. So when the sun comes up and it shines into the window there, it's the first thing that catches the sunlight. And I'm going, man, I cannot wait to have fresh strawberries and fresh ginger and fresh microgreens. This is going to be freaking awesome. So that's what I've been doing is playing in dirt, planting my seeds and making some new beds and getting some crazy stuff going on with an indoor garden right in my kitchen so I can go, ooh, I'm going to pluck this out and eat this microgreen or this strawberry or throw some fresh ground ginger in my smoothie. So, yeah.
It's not productive. I haven't been. Nope, I locked right down, hunkered right down. I have daytime pajamas, evening pajamas.
Well, at least you got dressed.
This is true.
No.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough sledding here.
Well, that's what we were kind of talking about, I was talking with, I think it was Tony, either Adam, Tony, whatever. We're talking about how it doesn't really bother me to be at home and to be chilling because I've been productive at home as well. But I think the biggest thing is that I just miss everybody, and that I think that's the hard part. The biggest thing for me is just missing everybody.
Yeah.
But but other than that, like I'm okay at home. I'm keeping busy. My kitchen has never fucking looked this good in the whole time I've lived here because I clean it every morning. I'm always
I'll
doing.
come cook there.
What's that?
I'll come cook there. I'll fuck your shit right up.
Not right now. Nobody in or out, man. Just kidding.
Exit only.
I found something else out interesting
What's that?
that I wanted to see if I could pull this up. So they have the different things on solidstateradio.net on our little bios for our show.
Ooh, yeah.
So this one is Chris's. The most recent addition to Don't Make This Weird. The guy most likely to completely offend you, and the one least likely to give a damn.
That's me.
And
Nailed
then
it.
It's got show host Chris O'Neill / show host. Let me see here. So then I'll look up Tony's.
While you're
I guess-
doing that, actually, is it Friday nights that they just opened up a slot for This Is My Brain
Oh, nice.
podcast on solidstateradio.net. So if you guys have not caught those shows yet, I don't know why, because they've literally been everywhere. You have to go on either Don't Make This Weird, because we broadcast it on here, on YouTube, or HFTC TV on YouTube. Go check them out. It is an incredible time on social media. We talk about so many different things. We have some adult beverages and we do some crazy conversations talking about music, movies, all of that stuff. So go check
Yours
that
is-
out.
Not giving them a bad review or nothing, but yours is kind of lame, Tone.
Wow, what the fuck? Really?
Host, Don't Make This Weird / producer, Mitch's Fake Radio and Survivor Girl.
That's it?
That's yours.
That's it? What the
That's right.
fuck?
Yeah. You got no flavor.
I know, man. I got no love. And I'm
You did
constantly
no
shouting
love.
them out. What the hell?
So I gotta look at mine. This was by total accident. I don't remember. You were watching some video the last time that I was over, and the guy was like, "To know where you're at on Google, search yourself to see what you come up with," and it came up with Solid State Radio, and I was like, I'm curious now. So I'm gonna continue to look for that.
See, that's
Yeah, what's
proof,
your
though.
description?
See, that's
I'm
proof
looking for it.
that I wear that many hats because I'm constantly doing all of this producing and engineering and, still behind the scenes of doing everything.
Right?
Damn it. Where's our fucking intern?
I know. What's he been
Where the
up
fuck
to?
is our intern?
I don't know. I think he crawled into a closet and went to Narnia because I have not heard peep from him.
So here's mine.
What's yours say?
The voice of reason, if such a thing exists, on Don't Make This Weird and the host of Survivor Girl podcast.
Damn it, Sean and Adam.
So am I the voice of reason on the show?
Yeah, you reel me in all the time. Come on.
I make faces at you all the time, and then you're just like you're like jackpot. I've made Heather cringe 72 times this episode.
I stop every time she asks me to.
That's
I
right.
still do it.
That's right.
Every time, but you don't get offended. You're not like, well, okay. So I gotta bring this up because this is funny. There was one episode when Joey was on. And him and Keith were passing back and forth just a bunch of alcohol. I think it was Crown Royal, beer, and they were mixing shit together.
Apple, Crown Royal, and Bud Light.
It was just horrible.
Apple, Crown Royal, and Bud Light. They called it an Alabama car bomb.
Yeah. So he was just down in this because it was nasty, and he was like, I'm not giving in. I'm drinking this. So by halfway through the show, he's in front of his microphone going, "Real, real." of his microphone on his chair, going back and forth, and just going off about things. And
Hammered
afterwards,
drunk. Hammered
What?
drunk.
and afterwards he goes, like, you've never seen anybody drunk before, Heather? Like I was like pissed off or something at him. I was just going, I can't make this shit up. We're live on air. This is you doing you. Whatever, you know. So it was just
I
funny.
won't do that. I won't do
No.
that.
No, you don't do that.
Mind you, the
But-
caveat is this was before we had cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was
Like
all
you're-
audio, so you had to use your imagination of what was going on.
Yep.
Some things are just better.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
are. Yeah. Well, it was definitely different not having the cameras beforehand and then now having them. So, and it's made a big difference on a lot of this stuff, like with recording. I started doing like singing and stuff and going live. And I was talking with Hope the other day, and she's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind, singing and doing stuff like that." She's like, "But getting on the cameras is interesting." She's like, "You're so confident." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I never used to be. Like, it's a lot different. I've come a long way from where I used to be. That's for sure."
Yeah, that was
Takes
one of
time.
the caveats that Heather said if she was going to do the podcast was, sure, I'll do it as long as there's no cameras.
Well, at the time, like I hated pictures. I hated being on camera. I just didn't like it. I wasn't confident. I didn't feel good. I didn't really like it. So now I'm just like, yeah, this is me. So,
You're not
Uh,
wearing the
That's
purple
good
wig.
for you.
yeah. I guess Jeff is joining us. He says, "Tony, did you ever look at the songs I gave you before quarantine? Just asking."
Yes?
There
Question
you go.
mark.
Dropping the freaking ball over there.
See,
dude.
that's the thing is I don't think you understand how much papers I've gone through since quarantine has started.
So much peepers.
Papers? Have you ever seen paper? Half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour.
You know what's funny? Like I know what the quotes are from a lot of movies, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
movies I actually haven't seen.
It's Waterworld.
I know I've never seen it.
What the fuck? You've
But I
seen
know the
Waterworld, right,
quotes.
Chris?
I've seen Waterworld, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
I
dude
can't
where they
remember.
flag
It was
down
a long time ago. I've seen it once.
yeah, they flag down the ship that's coming near them, and the dude gets on the boat, and he's like, "Paper? Have you ever seen paper?" Because he was trying to negotiate with getting with the chick, and he was going to give him a half an hour. Well, turns out the papers that he had was actually a map. So, what was it? Fuck, what's the dude's name? The guy that played Dances with Wolves. He was in Kevin Costner. Thank you. Yeah. So it's a really cool movie. I wish they would have made like a part 2 to it because it's just so freaking badass.
I remember seeing him in Dances with Wolves at the movie theater.
And The Bodyguard.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yes.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
I
No.
dig the.
But yeah.
I love The Postman, and everybody gives me shit for it.
That was a
Yeah.
good one. I think, but I don't know if Chris wants to take my reviews on movies.
Elliot Ness. He played in The Untouchables.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't do
With that was with Robert Stack too, wasn't it?
He was.
Yes. Fucking love
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's right up there with what was it, Goodfellas?
What was it? Robin Hood. Oh.
Yeah, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
What did you say, Tony?
I said The Untouchables is right up there with the movie Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Because that's just it's one of those movies where you can't help but
They have
just-
that on Netflix right now.
Goodfellas is on Netflix?
Hmm.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, I'm watching that shit
It
tonight.
is.
Options.
Yeah, options.
I'll drink
But
to
I'm
that.
telling you about that
Cheers.
Ozark. You gotta watch that Ozark, man. That is good shit.
I will definitely check that out, brother. Thank you for the
We've got 2 episodes left of what I call the Lock House. And then after that, we'll be looking for something else to add to it. Because we do like 1 episode a night, which I've never watched that much TV before. But,
The last episode or the last season of Ozark came out, and we smashed it last Saturday.
See, this is why you gotta get caught up on Outlander because I think all 4 seasons are on Netflix right now.
Yeah, I know. I gotta definitely get caught up on it. I love that show. I gotta get Adam into it. I think that's the thing.
Just get him a kilt; he'll be happy.
Yeah.
The Outsiders. We picked that up on, what was it, on HBO?
Yeah,
HBO.
nice.
HBO has The Outsiders, a Stephen King spinoff thing.
That's
Oh,
my
really?
favorite movie ever. No, sometimes they come back to my favorite one.
Yeah.
The Outsiders, yeah.
Well, The Outsiders different. I've never seen it or heard of it, and I'm a huge King guy. But I like it. It's fun. It's different.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yep.
What is it? Clive Barker, I think his name is the guy that did the movie and wrote a bunch of really kick-ass horror movies. But it was Lord of Illusions. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Hey Ho or J Lo or whatever was in that, wasn't she?
No, that was the Cell.
Jenny from the Block.
That was the cell.
The Cell was a fucking badass movie because that had Vigo. What the hell is?
Mortensen.
No, not Mortensen. The dude that's from Law and Order SVU. He also played Edgar on Men in Black.
Oh.
Fuck, what's his name? Vigo something. I can't remember. I
Yeah,
can't
I mean-
remember. He played Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a. Yeah, he's the Kingpin.
Yes, the Kingpin and Daredevil.
It's not Vincent.
Vincent. Yeah, Vincent. What the fuck is his name? Yeah, Vincent D something or other. But no, he in the
He's
Cell.
Taglio or something.
Yeah. In the Cell, he plays this serial killer. Well, then they go inside of his mind, and it's just you have to watch it because, like, at that point in time, the graphics were top shelf for the special
Sure.
effects.
The Cell was really good, but I keep on thinking of it being Halle Berry, not J Lo. But Halle Berry was in that movie Kidnapped, and holy crap, that was pretty good too.
I
The
liked her
graphic
in
good, too.
what was that movie with Robert Downey Jr. and fuck. Let me Google it.
Is it the one where he sucks dick for money?
No. Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm probably mispronouncing the name, but yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Hey, you know what? We got into watching these series and completely stopped watching the Marvel Universe, like what we were watching. Like, oh crap, I forgot about that. We were going through all the ones. I think the last one that we watched was Ant-Man. The last one.
Well, you've seen Endgame, right?
Yeah. Yep.
See, that's why you just got to play catch up and go back and watch like everything again because now all
Well, that's
of
what
it.
we're doing. That's what we were doing, but we stopped. We started watching seasons because it was like, well, we stay up really stupid late. If you guys like your sleep schedule just freaking tanks, like it's all over the damn place for
Gothica
me.
was the movie with
Oh,
Halle
is it?
Berry.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because it's got just a bunch of crazy shit going on in this movie.
Be right back.
Yeah, I have not watched that.
And Monsters Ball was really good because that's got Billy Bob Thornton and Heath Ledger in it.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Don't
See,
remember if I watched the whole, if I watched it or not. I find myself watching some of the older movies and going,
One of
did
my
I
favorite
actually
movies
Watch this?
with Halle Berry is Swordfish with John Travolta and Hugh Jackman.
Yep. Do you remember that whole thing, the 6 degrees of separation, or however you like can place or group people together, like actors or whatever?
The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Wasn't it like switched up though? Like
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of
never-
that, 6 Degrees of True Serum, our friend and
Yeah.
lovely humanitarian Candy has a page on Facebook called 6 Degrees of True Serum, and she's doing this really cool community thing with what is it?
Serenity Cooperative?
Co-op. That's what it is. Yeah, that's on
Yeah,
Facebook. So go
cooperative.
check that out. Give it a like, and yeah, read all about it. Support it. It's local. Get out there. Do the right thing.
Good page. Good page to check out, guys. Another one of those good feel good pages. So, which Chris won't check out. 'Cause I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, to shout
I've
out to
never done
Chris.
anything I was supposed to.
How is Very Bad Things been doing? That place has been blowing
I
up.
don't know,
This
I don't
is
get
so
it. Let it
fucking
grow.
funny.
He's just like, I'm quarantining that bitch also.
17,000 viewers, and I just let it run itself. It's
Holy
fucking hilarious.
shit, man, that's
There's
great.
gotta be so much. What gets me about that whole thing is that you have people that still get butthurt on there, and you know it's all. That's crazy. It's
I
crazy.
love the butthurt. The butthurt is my favorite.
Especially when they come after you and you're the one that created the page.
Right,
They
right.
hardly ever come after me. I read 3 words into it. If I have any negative adjectives towards me, I immediately delete them. I
Nice.
usually don't even read their entire comment. It's like God. It's like my little ant farm.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm narcissistic on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go through, I'll wake up crabby or wake up with a headache or something, and I'll just start kicking motherfuckers. I'll
Gone.
go through, I'll be like, oh, I'm scrolling, I'm like, well, that's stupid, delete, that's stupid, delete.
That's your
I'm like
thing.
crushing your head.
Oh my god, the kids in the hall.
Kids in the hall, yeah.
Good stuff. I love that show. I didn't really understand it because I was a lot younger at that time, but it was a great show.
There is a great British comedy that came out in the early 80s, and it is called The Young Ones
Yes, I
Yes.
love that one.
with Neil.
Yep.
Yep.
Super fun.
I had a VHS actually of that one given to me, and I just loved it. And it had freaking
Drop that Fred.
Yes, yeah, but the one that I had Motorhead on it.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
It
yeah,
was so. I was like, "What is that Cocoa Puff on that dude's face?" I didn't understand. Ace of Spades was on. They played that one on there. It
Oh,
was really
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yep.
See, that's when TV
Probably-
was interesting because you could watch this crazy shit, and then they'd play some fucking metal. It's like, yeah.
Hell yeah. It was awesome. Good stuff. Like a lot of people don't understand or get the British humor, but I always thought it was funny.
I can do it.
How could you not?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, what I learned about comedy was through like Monty Python.
Yes.
This shit was great, man.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my comedy inspirations were like Richard Pryor,
Right.
Andrew Dice Clay, Eddie Murphy. You know, that was the shit.
Andrew Dice Clay was awesome.
Sam Kinison, George Carlin.
Yes. Yes. See,
you know.
I grew up with stuff like Monty Python, The Stooges, Sam Kinison, George Carlin, Andrew Dice Clay, Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Dennis Miller.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
What was it? Was it Ron Rickman? I think his name was
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles. Yeah.
you know.
Robin Williams.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
David Spade.
Yes.
I've
Yes.
seen David Spade do stuff. I used to watch A&E's Evening at the Improv every night at 11 o'clock, man, up against that brick wall.
Yeah.
I watched it for probably 10 years.
Yeah. That shit was
Wow.
great.
You know?
Well,
Good
and being
stuff.
able to catch like some of the the British radio, the BBC stuff on like PBHS when I was a kid, because on Saturdays they would
Talk have anything to do with radio.
go through and throw stuff on like PBS on Saturdays when normally you're playing Saturday morning cartoons, and I'd throw on PBS and watch some shit like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or something. And I thought it was great because it was like all radio mind theater shit where they would have sound effects and all kinds of other stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah. So I have a question. Before everything just kind of went to shit, was there something that you guys remember, like something that you were able to do that you're happy that you were able to do before you were quarantined at home?
No,
No.
all of my stuff was right now, and I got fucked out of all my hopes and dreams for 2020.
So, I can't even.
Sounds like
Sorry. I'm not
depression
laughing
and
at that. It's really sad, but I'm like, I don't know what to say now.
that sounds like
Well, it was
depression.
like we were planning on going on some kind of a vacation. Like we are gonna go to Orlando or San Francisco or Vegas or something. We were kicking it all over the place. Well, we got fucked on that, obviously, obviously. And then we're like, all right, so we'll make the best of this. We'll get our shit straightened out. We'll get a hot tub and a patio out back and all that stuff, and we'll just do everything at home. Well, my taxes got audited, so that put me behind on fucking everything with all that shit. And then I got this vacation scheduled out for this week, and it's like COVID outbreak central, and it's like 35 fucking degrees out, snowing and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like I wear Batman pajamas; those are my work clothes. We'll go
Yeah.
back to work Monday and save people's lives, but today's Batman pajamas.
That sounds like depression and sad hand jobs, man. I'm just saying.
Aw. Batman pajamas. Yes.
Yep.
I'm Batman.
Well, before everything happened, I was like, I told Adam, I'm like, let's just go and watch a movie. Let's have a date. I mean, this was like a while ago. I'm like, let's just go because I know it's gonna probably get bad, and we're probably gonna have to be home or stay away from people. So we ended up going to the movies, and I think going and getting Big B before everything happened really, So I'm glad that we did that. And then also before that, I went to the planetarium with my aunt and my cousin, and I'm glad that I went and did that too because it was like,
Which one?
okay. We went to the Longway Planetarium, and we seen Queen.
Very
Queen won
cool.
it. It was really good. It was really good. It was only 45 minutes, but it was definitely worth it. And I was thinking about it the other day, and that's why I asked the question. I was like, man, I'm glad I went and did that. I'm really glad I went and did that. And then we seen when we went to the movies, we seen the one with Vin Diesel in it, the blood one. Gosh dang it, losing it here.
Bloodshot.
Yeah, and that was actually really good too. So I'm glad that we did that. So, because I don't know about you guys, but when you get just stuck staring at four walls, being able to get out and do those kind of things is usually one of the saving graces for us. So now I'm just like, glad we went and did it.
One of the things I was really glad that we got to do was celebrate St. Patty's Day down at the Man Cave.
Yeah, that was really good too. I'm glad we were able to do that. I was looking forward to the vault show with the ladies coming from Chicago and Audrey Byrne and the Sugar Punk Fairies. I guess they are gonna reschedule that. They aren't giving up on that show. They are gonna reschedule it, but I was looking forward to that. We were kind of talking about how the chain of events happened, and everybody was super excited to be able to go and do these different things, whether it was getting out and going to a show or like you guys were planning vacation. And then it just all of a sudden just everything started getting canceled, and then we were all like, oh man, this sucks. A lot of people were really, really upset. There was all kinds of different feelings, emotions, whatever. And then we got used to that because we're like, okay, it's going to be canceled. And we started, that's going to be canceled. I know that's going to be canceled. So we started to get used to that, and then just everything just kind of hit at once. And I can see why people are kind of losing their shit. Not cool. It's not cool. We
Right.
shouldn't be assholes to each other. But I can see why people are just like, yep, I've had enough. I'm at my breaking point.
Well,
So,
I'll be back work Monday, so I'll be back in that routine.
yeah.
It's
And that's
really
gotta,
boring this week.
yeah. I was gonna say that's gotta be something like for you because you're constantly working. You're so used to working all of these hours and burning at one end. That you're probably like, oh, okay, I'm ready. Even though it's scary.
It was nice. I mean, my first couple of days of this thing, I mean, I locked right down. That's when I got that video game, and I sat in my bed, and I didn't move for 3 days. I mean, I really just like decompressed, man.
hell yeah, man.
I've been working since mid-December, pretty much straight.
Wow.
So that was nice. But now I'm bored, and I'm ready for some structure, and I kind of want to get back with the team, and now they're going to have me on the front lines, at least doing some good. I'm getting out of that shitty store.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
definitely on the swing.
That's awesome, brother.
Yep.
I'm excited.
What?
Oh, my
Thank
car
you.
broke. Did I tell you that?
What?
No.
$2,200.
Holy
What?
shit!
Picked it up today. The head gasket.
Wow.
Didn't you just get that, or is that the one that you just got, or is that your
So
old car?
last year, I bought it for my sister. Took a
Mhm.
shit.
Wow. $2,200.
Threw
That's
that into how you were doing shit.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I miss with adding on to what Chris was talking about, getting back to work. You want some structure and shit. I mean, I know I'm confined in the studio here, and we're doing the broadcast live. But man, that's the thing. St. Patty's Day was the last gig that I
Mhm.
did, and I got to play out anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like climbing the walls, going, man, I need to get back on fucking stage here because this shit's driving me nuts.
It's going to be so long, I'm afraid, before fun stuff is open.
I know, man. It's driving me
Probably-
nuts. I'm
probably
like,
gonna be
I got the
fall
itch,
next
man.
week.
I know. What was it? Motley Crue was talking about their touring and whatnot, and how they've bumped it back to the summer of 2021. And I'm going, holy shit! I really
Yeah.
hope that's not the case with the man cave.
It's so hard to know though, like, you're hearing so many different things from all over that it's hard to know exactly when we're going to be able to. It's just, I mean, right now it's really testing everybody's patience, and people are worried, people are scared, and I understand that. I feel for when everything kind of started happening, I got into that whole, fear thing, but I didn't go out and do all the craziness. It's just, I felt all the different emotions from all of this stuff, and I know, like, everybody has.
Yep. Well, I'm
So,
pretty sure crowds, bars, sporting events, concerts, that is going to be all of the last shit to be turned back on,
Pretty much.
especially crowds.
Well, I mean, what
Yeah.
is it? You're only allowed to assemble in 10 people total.
10.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. So it's different, but we have been seeing a lot of people getting online and doing the concerts and stuff. We've talked about that a couple different times, and now they're able to do like a virtual tip jar, which is really cool. If you guys are watching it, even throwing $1 in can help. If you're able to right now, I know everybody's either waiting for their stimulus check or trying to get their unemployment stuff done. Which I said we weren't going to talk a lot about that, but if you're able to and you're watching a video, or there's even people that are doing exercise like classes online or whatever. If you want to sign up for those, you can throw $1 in or
Yeah.
whatever, which is awesome. I'm thankful to see that kind of stuff. Just to help out each other, and we always support the bands. We love having bands on Don't Make This Weird, and
Speaking of the
know.
bands that's been on the show, Will has been doing a bunch of concerts on
Mhm.
Facebook Live with We the Infamous. And
Mhm.
it's been such great stuff. Every time they pop up on, I share them, and it's like, go check them out. If you can support them, throw stuff in the tip jar. I mean, support local. That's the thing is, we're the ones that are hurting the most because we're not working. And then you have ones like Chris, which shout out to Chris. Thank you again, brother, for holding down the front lines because you're out there dealing with all of these people. Some are actually intelligent and exercising social etiquette, and the other ones are just and hacking all over your counter as you're attempting to check them out.
That's what worries me the most, Chris. Like, I'm happy for you to be able to get back out there because at some point we're all going to have to.
Yeah.
But that's what worries me the most is I worry about my friends that are out there working, the people that I care about and love. But
I appreciate that. But we got it set up really good. It's supposed to be a really lockdown setup. It's all supposed to be distance free, hands free, no interaction. I'm still going to have PPE on. I'm going to be outside. I'm not going to be working with customers directly in my face. It's going to be a lot better setup, I think. So
good.
That's
I feel
awesome,
pretty
brother.
good about it. He said it's less risky than being in the store.
That's good.
I don't want people in front of me, and no, I don't want none of that.
Nope.
But we got to do it. People need medicine.
Yeah.
People got to get tested. I need to test for these antibodies. I have a feeling Rite Aid's going to be doing all this stuff, so
Yeah.
I shouldn't say too much because I don't know what corporate policies are, but
Right. I am thankful though. Our Rite Aid here in Carroll has been really awesome. We've gone and done the drive-through stuff. We've been staying out of the store because it is a small store. And I called. They called to talk about. Adam finally got his stuff and was able to get his prescriptions. And while they were on the phone, I was like, "Hey, I need to get some of my vitamins that are vital for having the weight loss surgery." And I asked them, I'm like, can I get those from you? I know you guys are busy, but can I get those when I come through the drive through? And she's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And she's like, do you have one of the Rite Aid cards or a phone number for it? And I said, yeah. She's like, okay, if we have a buy one, get one, I'll pick them up for you. I was like, okay, perfect. So really good. We have a really good pharmacist that I really like at our store. She's been really cool to Adam. She helped with some test strips that were able to, help him when he was not able to get them. So really cool. Big shout out to them and to Rite Aid for doing that
well,
kind of stuff.
if you ever get a chance, there's a number at the bottom of this receipt. When you shout out people like that, it really helps them out.
Yeah.
It's good to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good reviews are always good. That's like a tip for a pharmacist or something. It makes their day go nice when somebody gives a shit that they did something nice.
Yeah, we have a really good one here. If you ever hear or if you ever work with her, her name's Lori. She's an awesome pharmacist.
I always
will be
say
in that store
support
one
local.
Day or another, they will put me in that store. I'm going to every one of them, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, only a matter
She's
of time.
awesome. Yeah. So big shout out to them. It's been really cool having that offered. And then, of course, because I worked at the Evil Empire for 11 years, I wasn't a very big fan of them, but I'm very thankful that they have the pickup too, that we're able to go and do the pickup. It's because more people are doing it. It's a little bit harder to get it right away. Like we were fortunate to get our stuff. Like I'd order it the night before, it'd be ready within a day or two, which was fine. But now it's like it's about a 4-day wait to get groceries. But you know what? I'm thankful for it. We've got enough stuff. We're not gonna, but we plan properly, so we're able to prepare for 4 days. So
we just bought everything inside a couple of times. We're good till like December.
well, one of the things they weren't offering, one of the things they weren't offering online was being able to get toilet paper. It kept on saying they weren't out. They were out because I think they just weren't able to keep up with it on the Walmart pickup. So I seen people coming out of the store with it, and I was like, I can't wait. I have to go in. So I did run in with a mask on and hurried up. Didn't get a cart. Didn't touch anything. Grabbed what I needed and hauled out of there. So it's been good though to be able to have those kind of things for especially the elderly, like with my dad. Sorry, Dad, I'm not calling you old, but with him, being sick, it's been good to be able to do orders and have that stuff delivered to him too. So it's been good. So, again, thank you. Thank everybody who's out there on the front lines doing all the stuff they're doing because we would be in the deep shit show if it wasn't for you guys. So
Yeah, Denise has to go back out into the nursing homes next week. And just like every single one of them's got positive patients, and we gotta make sure she's safe and PPE and.
yeah.
Pretty weird shit out there, I'll tell you that. Regardless of all the conspiracy theories, I will tell you, it's just fucking weird.
Well, it's from
Absolutely.
China. Why wouldn't it be?
Right.
Yeah.
Jeff was talking about when we were talking about the British comedy. He brought up Keeping Up Appearances, Mr. Bean, Brit Humor.
I love
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Bean. Mr. Bean is freaking awesome. He's just
Mr.
one of
Bean
those.
is awesome. He was awesome. Yeah, didn't he? He passed away, didn't he?
No, he's still
I
around,
don't
I
think
think.
so.
Oh.
Didn't he just
Okay.
do something a year or two ago or something?
Something like that. Yeah, there was
Sorry,
like a
Mr.
new
Bean.
Mr. Bean
Don't
movie.
be wishing the British Betty White dead.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
exactly. I was fighting words, Heather.
I'm not. I'm really not. I thought he did. I don't know.
Nope.
I gotta GTS this.
Yeah, GTS that shit. Get your facts straight, lady.
Yep, I am. What the hell? I don't even. I'm so thankful that we have Google to be able to do this. Like, let's take 12 years.
In 1985, I'd have sent you to an encyclopedia rack.
That's why I had a surplus of encyclopedias in Narnia, which now I don't, thank God, because The local Goodwill has all of those because I downsized considerably. And that's why I can't wait for you guys to come back in the studio. There's been so many cool changes in the studio since you guys have been gone. Like Chris,
I miss the studio.
I don't know if you can
It's
see,
one
but
chamber.
over
It was a
there where you
choice.
normally sit, let me see if I can do this right there. Okay,
Oh,
there
I gotta
were a
look
bunch
at
of
those.
novels there. Those aren't novels anymore. Those are DVDs, and they are CDs from bands that we've had on the show that's been autographed. So,
Oh,
like
that's
right
Yay.
behind you, it's all on the wall there, which is really freaking cool.
That's awesome.
And of course, you know,
And-
the bookshelf behind Heather has, some very selected books from guests that we've either had on the show or guests that we've had on Survivor Girls. So, yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get back in the studio.
Oh,
'Cause
speaking of Survivor Girl, I'm super excited this Sunday. I'm going to have Katie Lewis from the Virus Spirit 2020 page that I've been talking about, partner in crime for the bunny thing. She was the one that drove, well, had somebody drive her around, but was with us. And she's also a survivor, which I found out. Never met her until that day. And we got to talking, and she's another survivor and just a really cool person. So I'm looking forward to having her on the show. She's going to talk about her story and
sweet.
talk about the kind of what both of us being survivors and going through that kind of a traumatic situation to how it kind of feels like now with everything going on and the different things that are brought up with what we're experiencing now with what we've experienced from going through that crap. So it'll be an interesting show, and I'm happy to have her on. So that'll be Sunday at 6. But I did find the Google, and you guys are correct. He is still alive.
Ha!
So
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm not trying to. I don't want anybody to go. Freaking A. 2019 and 18 were bad enough for losing celebrities and people and just
Right?
No.
Brian Dennehy died today.
Who?
Who?
Brian Dennehy.
The actor from Tommy Boy, the father.
The band. Yep.
Ah, that
And the
sucks.
sheriff from Rambo.
R.I.P.
First
man.
Yep, R.I.P. That's so sad. I know now, like every time somebody passes away, it's such a bad thing, but it's like, oh, what did they pass away from? It's like that's horrible.
It was
Like,
not
just-
COVID.
It was not. I
No.
seen that. It was not. But it just sucks that like your mind automatically goes to that. Was it from that? Oh my gosh. I don't think everybody, but mine did, and I feel bad about that. Just saying. That's just me. So yeah, that's sad. That's a bummer that he did.
Well, I mean, obviously there's a lot of shit going on in the world, but I want to know why the hell our local Rite Aid doesn't have any magic cards to sell.
They don't? I thought they did.
What was that?
Not many. They don't have. They have like a couple of Planeswalker decks, and that's it. Like normally they got the 3-pack where it's like
Magic cards.
Yeah,
He's
magic
nerding
cards.
out. Yeah, he's nerding right now.
Well, speaking of that, I've been going through and organizing all of my my big boxes of magic cards, and
3 million.
3 million fucking cards. And I've been adding to Miss Candy's collection because now she's just like, holy shit, how many cards do you have?
Way to go, bunker buddies.
Yeah, right. So she got this shelf that is, what was the weight on it? The shelving unit holds 750 pounds. So all of that is my binders that are full
Oh
of
my God.
cards. That are in the guest room now because the old shelving unit that I had actually broke and came crashing down on top of me. So that was kind of fun. I had to
Oh.
not die because the shelf was crashing. So
That's
now
a good thing.
I'm finishing the organization process of getting
Dude.
rid of all of the other magic cards. So when my local game store opens up, Game On Bay Road in Saginaw, and the stadium in Bay City and Frankenmuth
You can
opens
order
back up.
online at Game On.
Yes, I know, and that's where I cannot wait for pre-release to happen because Ikoria is getting ready to drop here in the next month or so. But
Yeah.
yeah, Seriously, go
Yeah.
online, support your local game stores because without you guys, they're not gonna make it.
Hey, one of the things that just reminded me of you talking about the shelf breaking on you. I have an old kind of ghost story. It's kind of interesting. So I live next door to this really like sweet old lady, and she ended up passing away. Well, some of my friends ended up buying the house. And we were just, I mean, early 20s. So they had this house, and you can imagine it was just like party central. And I lived right next door, so it was kind of perfect because I could walk over there, I could drink, and I could walk home and be all good, you know? So we're sitting there the one night, and they just have the music just blaring. You know, it's dark. There's different lights going, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in this chair, and there's a shelf behind me, and on the shelf they have like big stones and different shit like that on there. And the owner was talking about how this window, no matter what he does, it always keeps on. He's had it fixed. There's all kinds of things that, try to fix this thing. Doesn't matter. Anytime that he ever had it opened up, it would always like break. Somehow it would break and the glass would shatter, whatever. And so I was like, oh, whatever. They were talking about like her haunting the house. And I'm like, whatever. She was just an old sweet lady. Like, you guys are just nuts. And no sooner did I say that, did that damn shelf come flying from behind me. And it was probably about this
See?
far from my head.
See?
Like this far from my head. And they were like, just an old lady, huh? He's like, this place is so haunted and just creepy. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going home now.
Who put the dick in a box?
I'm out. Yeah, no shit. So yeah, I learned my lesson from saying shit like that. I was like, nope, I'm good now. Not saying that no more. No way. But yeah, that just made me think of that with the shelf catastrophe. I was like this close from my damn head.
Right.
Never again. But yeah, interesting. So this show's talked about pretty much everything, and we are winding down. We got 2 minutes left, you guys.
We are very, very schizophrenic on this show, and that's okay.
Yeah, we're off our
We
meds.
covered a lot.
We're off our medications, and we hope that you guys have been entertained.
Oh, shit. I was supposed to take my medication.
You're welcome. Maybe you shouldn't do it with wine. I don't know.
I'm drinking unsupervised and not on medication, so this show's going to be fucking great. Hey, cheers.
There
Give
you
me
go.
some of that.
Cheers,
That's
everybody.
right. Cheers.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
we
like
made it through another one, so that's good.
We made it through another one.
I'll drink for you, brother.
Right.
So anyhow, you guys, we're thankful that you were able to sit through this episode of Don't Make This Weird Quarantine Edition.
Brought to you by Adderall.
I prefer Xanax as your sponsor.
I'm just off my fucking meds, period. So it's whatever.
It sounds like that's a trending thing lately. I've heard that a lot. It kind of makes me even more nervous about what's going on out there. But glad you guys were able to join us. Miss you guys like freaking crazy.
Get
Can't
back
wait
to the
see you
damn
guys.
studio.
We will.
Want to. We will
One
as soon as
day.
we can. As soon as we're not grounded anymore, we'll come play.
I got the whole fucking planet grounded for some shady shit I did when I was a kid.
I think that's what this is all about. I think this is what it's all about.
Is this a Mr. O'Neill's episode in the making or what, man?
It is. Like, I got 2 billion people sick.
Dick
I
move,
just wanted to know
Banner.
what was behind that door, okay? That's all I wanted to know what was in there.
Oh,
He
bad.
blew up a substation and got China infected. That's awesome.
That's what's happening. You heard
Yep.
it here, guys. Gosh dang.
That's
Chris
awesome.
O'Neill is Satan.
That is me, I know.
He's Satan Claus.
So anyway, whether or not that we are from home or what we're doing right now, guys, we will be back as much as we can every Thursday, as long as we're staying healthy and doing what we're doing. And we'll continue to bring you Don't Make This Weird. Don't forget to keep on liking and sharing, click on the subscribe button so you're able to get notified, the bell so you're able to get notified when YouTube is live, when we're live. Like we said, we're trying to do more streaming and different things. Still working on that, and we're just glad that you guys are still joining us and hanging out for the conversation.
Yeah, and follow us on Twitch and Facebook. We're always posting some crazy stuff that we're doing, and how we're coping with being locked down in quarantine and looking at the same four walls and not killing each other and being unmedicated. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I have no more hair to pull out for those of you who are our viewing audience, but Chris has already got the quarantine haircut going on. That's why he's wearing a hat. And he's pulling his hat off all seductively and doing the dance.
I want to give a shout out to solidstateradio.net. If you guys want to fill your time at home and just not Netflix, you can check them out too. There is a lineup on there. You can listen to us. We're re-aired there. Survivor Girls re-aired there. Mitch's Fake Radio. This is My Brain. You can also check all of that out on YouTube and Twitch on our channels. And you can go back and look at the archived episodes as well. You can listen to those. So if you guys want to have a little bit different change of scenery or whatever, you guys can click on those and listen as well. So
Yep, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you fucking weirdos next Thursday, live at 8 p.m.
see y'all
Later.